come. Only freedom can make a black man happy. Only freedom can make a jump up now. Only freedom can make a black man happy. Only freedom can make a black man happy. Come, jump around cause you're feeling happy and wave your hand up in the party. And want even know say mouse man in ready. And put the microphone in and me feeling sexy. And what if a girls you know them love mousy. And shot me shot cause you know me sexy. And
the fella in the green and white shirt.
Sorry everybody.
What's up, bro?
Welcome to the third episode of the What's Up Bro podcast.
Third episode, bro.
Third?
We're getting along.
Man, we're at this way too long.
Yeah, man, this is 3 episodes more than we were expecting.
We call this quit, yeah?
Yeah, this will be the last installment. Pleasure.
See you later. That was it.
Out of here.
Right, now seriously. What about bollocks?
Wrecked. It's 10 o'clock. No, it's later than 10 now, is it?
I don't know, man. Lost track of time.
Darren's missus is in the labour ward.
She's in the hospital, dilating and all that shit. And
He got kicked out.
He goes, "Do you want to do the podcast?" I was like, "Do you know what?" I was like, "You enjoy." No, it's no, I'm not allowed into the hospital after a certain time. So, yeah. So I heard just recording this, and I think I've had about 3 hours kept in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And one of my eyes aren't opening properly. It's me left eye's grand, but it's me right eye that's like looking somewhere else.
He rang me about lunchtime today and was like, "Man, I'm bollocks."
Yeah.
The chairs in Hollis Street are the worst things ever, man.
Man, it's like sitting on your ma's head.
Yeah.
It's fucking shy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sitting on this thing. Yeah,
and then you get the one where the middle bit is missing for her to come along more to go into labour. Whatever the word is. You know where they make them like go into labour quicker? You have like the semicircle chair.
Oh, the little small one.
Yeah, so I tried that before and that's even worse.
Is it?
Yeah, man, they're just
they
not
have new
cozy.
little padding things on them. Like she had this little padding thing. She shit.
She shit on it, man. What the fuck?
she sits on it, and it looks comfy down fairness.
Yeah.
But because she's sitting so low down, it wouldn't be for me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the chairs are shocking in there for about four in the morning.
You might be in there for another 2 days, man.
It's, you know what? I'm going home tonight after this. I'm having a kip and I'm going back in and let her get a rest, and you know yourself.
So there's no point in you being there if you're not fully up for it.
I'll just get in for the hours I'm allowed in.
Yeah, man.
We ordered Belgium and all we did.
Did you?
Yeah, man.
What you get? What you order?
We got a burrito.
Well, obviously, man.
Oh no, yeah, but I could have gone a burrito.
What did you get on the
burrito bowl, or I could have gotten a Häagen-Dazs or something. Do you know what I mean?
Did Häagen-Dazs, do they?
Is it Häagen-Dazs or Hasn-Dazs? It's Häagen-Dazs, isn't it?
Häagen-Dazs, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got a burrito.
Hasn-Dazs, that's me.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
We got a burrito, right? The burrito was nice. It was some form of chicken. I think it's polo or something.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Obviously, it's a different name for it, like, but it just
Polo is chicken in Spanish.
yeah. Well, there you go, pollo.
Pollo.
Like that, got that and all, and it was nice. The only thing is, like, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
My stomach hasn't been the same since I had that, man.
Belgians put you on the toilet.
Oh, I swear to God, as soon as I ate it, all you could hear my stomach was like, did. You know what I mean? My stomach is hopping.
It's time to
You
go.
can see me driving home there. I was driving and the farts were going.
Man, you told me you were leaving at 9 or something, and I was like, it came to 10 to 10, and I was like, what's this fellow up to, man? 10 to 10 to 10.
Yeah, no, because I stopped off at the garage. I got too preoccupied. I went in to get a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, man, I got real aggro there.
Tell them what happened at the garage.
Oh, yeah. That's where it's like. So I stopped off at the garage to get a cup of tea, obviously, to keep myself going, because I'm fairly goosed. And I came out and I seen this woman. I think she was homeless, not too sure, but she must have been. She wasn't like homeless where like she lost like after like we're talking about the other type of homeless.
She's an addict, like.
Yeah, and she was up at another car, and the lads were just ignoring her and all. Basically, like, I felt bad now. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if I was in that position and people are, you start biting that mic again through this whole thing.
No.
I felt bad in her, and she came up to the window, and I rolled it down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Just through that much. I'm just like, yes. Do you know what else to do?
How may I help you today?
Yeah, just kind of like, we haven't got me job yet. Like, what you want? And so I rolled down the window. I was like, yeah, what's the story? She just she literally, as soon as I said what's the story and popped my head out, she just goes, oh my God, And I was like, oh, what? I couldn't go. I didn't know what was going on. She goes, you're gorgeous. She goes, I don't even want to ask you now. And I goes, well, you already have it. You ask me, you might as well.
You are gorgeous.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, go on you.
I feel gorgeous sometimes when I'm around you.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
Oh no. Yeah, so she goes, yeah, have you got change on? So obviously I felt bad, so I just took out all my change. I think it was like £8 or something in €2.
She called you gorgeous. You have to give her money.
I was just like, boom.
Yeah, man.
And she was buzzing with it. She walked off like happy as Larry. And like, if you can help out, like especially if people, like if she's genuine, then fair enough.
Yeah.
I think like when you have stuff like that, genuine people, like I think they deserve it. I remember I was up at Mary Street before.
Yeah.
Not a McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a dodgy McDonald's.
I was only like 16 at the time, or something like that. And I came out of Penny's and wherever. No, I came out of McDonald's actually. No, came out of Penny's to go to McDonald's, which everybody
Where
does.
the fuck did you come out of, man?
Out of Penny's, right? I think everybody does that. If you go
Yeah,
to Mary
yeah,
Street,
yeah.
you have to go to Penny's and then to McDonald's to finish
Yeah.
it off. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things, like
Course,
a combo. And I came out and I was walking across, some fella stopped me. And he goes, sorry, you don't, bud, you don't have money and all this stuff. And I was only had to get me labour at the time, my social welfare.
Yeah.
I was doing the FOSS course and all.
Yeah.
FOSS course since what? I don't know. It's the family business anyway, the social welfare. No, but oh yeah.
Darren's great granddad's the first person on the social.
He created the social welfare. Yeah, man. He did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The first ever to get 110 off the labour.
Lovely.
Yeah. But I came out after getting my labour that day I did, and your man asked me for change, and I thought it was like big bollocks walking around town after coming out of Penny's and getting like 4 pairs of like €3 jocks and all.
Yeah.
And there's there you go, pal. I gave him 15 quid.
Fuck off,
Gave him
man.
15 quid, man.
Man, you only had about 100 quid on you.
No, yeah. Do you know what? I think it's because I had more money. It's like I had like less money, so I was like, do you know what? There you go. Trying to be all like help you out, pal. Hope you're doing great. All this shit. And he goes, oh, I appreciate it. I'm trying to get the hostel and all
15
sorts.
quid, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Look,
Fair play to you.
at the end of the day, man, when I skip to the next bit, you're gonna like, what the fuck? So I went. I gave him the 15 quid. I was like, yeah, go on, get yourself filled, the whole lot, do what you need to do with it. And he gave me the whole sob story about him being homeless and
Needing a hostel
being
and
hungry
stuff.
and all that stuff, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so I went into McDonald's and I got the usual, like a double cheeseburger meal with a McFlurry and a
Nice
few
choice.
chicken nuggets, man.
Yeah, lovely
With
choice.
the curry sauce now. Know what I mean?
Mhm.
Came back out and I seen him smacked over. Do you know that
You
little?
just bought him
Do you know,
gear,
man,
man.
do you know the little alcove,
Yeah.
the little small little door area?
Yeah.
He was in there on the ground, just
Man, you literally gave him money to buy gear.
yeah. And I looked at him and I was like, "What do I do here?" I felt like I was at the getting like I felt like I was a pimp and me little hoe
Fleece through
ripped
his
me off.
pockets, get your money
Yeah,
back.
man, just take a smack and run or something. I don't know. I was looking at him and I was like, I'd love to just boot him in the head now for just telling me a load of bollocks.
Yeah, 100%.
But I just left it and I just said, fuck this and like that. But there is a few genuine people out there. I still have a fella's number.
100%, yeah.
I got a fella's number before. I was going to tell it on the Lewis.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think his name's Declan or something. He goes by Decky.
Mhm.
Sound fella. He's actually bang on. He was. Got on the Lewis. He was telling me about him being on the hostel and all and how hard it is. We got on the Lewis. Somehow I seem to attract these people that just want to tell me their life story.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and he sits
Yeah,
down
they're
beside me and he
approachable.
goes, he just walked over and he sits down and he goes, alright pal, he starts telling me the whole stuff and it's like about his life growing up and all this stuff. It's like, oh, that must be hard. And he goes, don't ever stay in a hostel. If you have to stay in the street, stay in the street. And I was like, I was mad interested.
You
and I
heard
was
some
like,
mad stories about them hostels, man.
I looked at him and I was like, really? Why, Decky? And he goes, he told me like the week before that he was strangling some fella with shoelaces because he started trying to rob his jocks
Mhm.
because he took his jocks off so he didn't like keep them on because he only had one pair, and you take them off and sleep in like
Yeah.
under the covers and all. And your man tried to rob his jocks, so he caught him during the night trying to fleece his jocks.
Yeah,
He
too
grabbed the
right.
shoelace, he did, wrapped it around his neck and choked him out. He did,
Yeah.
and I was like, Decky, man,
You were
tell me-
like sticky.
yeah, calm down, Decky. I'll buy you
Yeah.
€3 jocks out of pennies, and then we'll go over to McDonald's and get you a burger. And he goes, yeah, man, it's a hard life. He started telling me about someone shooting in a shoe and all, man, like heavy stuff. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't stay in one of them if I was homeless, but Yeah, no, we still have his phone number. He goes, if you're ever in town next time, give me a shout. We'll get a few blueies and we'll chill out. I was like, sound. But yeah, sound fella. Decent lad all the time.
Sounds like a nice fella.
Do you know what? He actually was.
Because there is some sound ones, although they're very rare you come by them. But there is some sound people who just have a roof.
The fella's a legend. I'm not going to lie, because he told me his life story.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even ask me for money. He literally didn't ask me for money. He just wanted someone to talk to. So I said, fuck it, I might as well talk to him.
Yeah.
So, Decky, if you're listening, this was years ago now. I was about 15.
He's gonna just find the What's Up Bro podcast.
Yeah, find the stickers somewhere.
We put stickers all around Dublin.
Do you know what? Where the Lewis I got on?
Yeah.
Bus R's. The stickers there, that's where I met him. Out Decky. So if Decky are listening, we'll meet up in town one of the days, pal.
Take a few blueies and chill out.
Yeah, man. But seriously, how many people are actually, like, some of them are sound. I remember a few of them, like, asking me to chill out with them. Like,
Yeah,
they just want someone to talk to.
Yeah,
man.
you
It's
do
just
get
nuts,
that.
like.
There used to be one up in Clongriffin, and he used to just sit outside centre drinking cans.
Really, yeah.
But he'd always just ask people to sit down and talk to him.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
It's hard though. Like,
Some people it's hard to have a perspective on it because I don't have any family members that went through anything like that. You know.
Do you know what's a great thing actually that happens every year? I think it happens all year round. I'm not too sure now, but the shoebox appeal.
Yeah,
And,
man. We used to do that in school and shit. Yeah.
I do that. I try to do it every year. Sometimes I don't know, to be up to my eyeballs with other stuff, but I always try and at least get something out. If it's not like a jacket or blankets, and like I'd get them tea, I'd get them like something out of the shop, like I'd go to McDonald's or something, or a chip. I'd be like, yeah, feed them and all this stuff, man. Like, it's something nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I was in that position, surely like someone doing that for you, man, it's like winning the lottery. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'd be having a million.
Because it's not just that. You don't really, if you're in that situation, you just don't expect it, you know.
That's it, yeah. At the end of the day, but you've stuff you want to touch on now.
Yeah, so we'll talk about what's in the news at the minute.
Right, we don't talk about that, so.
Not in the mainstream news.
Not in the
It's
mainstream media.
So something I just wanted to touch on. It was something that was brought to my attention in the Irish Twitch community. So I won't say it
I
alone.
didn't know there was an Irish Twitch community.
There's a massive Irish Twitch community. Like there's a lot of them.
We hadn't a clue.
I won't stay in it too long because I know a lot of viewers already know about it. So anyways, there was a bit of controversy recently with an Irish streamer called Mr. Gibbon, who has a pretty big audience for an Irish streamer.
Yeah.
He's one of the kind of first ones I knew that was doing it.
Right.
So basically he doesn't have a job. He's full-time streaming. He relies on his subscribers. He relies on people gifting him subscribers for money. So like if you got 100 quid, you get 2.5 times that in a month. Sorry, if you got 100 subs, you'll get 250 quid at the end of the month from them subs. You get me?
Right. Yeah.
So, but this fella be making like 1,000 or 1,500 a month. You know, like a half decent minimum wage. You know. Anyways, he was on a stream. From what I've seen, I didn't watch the stream. I watched clips of it that was sent to me. He was crying about his financial situation on a stream. He was kind of playing into the audience, hoping that the audience would give them subs. He said he had this big bill coming up and he's struggling financially and it's so hard, and he has everything's going so hard for him right now because he has no money.
Yeah.
To the audience, who he knows have a lot of generous people in his audience, who he knows are going to give him subs, which of course he said all this, two people gifted him a lot of subs, spent a lot of their own money on him to help him in this. Anyways, he done a stream, came to the end of it, and his girlfriend came in and looked at the stream and was like, oh, we're all them subs for Corfu next week.
No way.
Or next month or whatever.
Fucking hell, man.
And he was kind of like, you could see his face like, fuck,
Kinda
you know?
like
So he pulled a dickhead move and made people in his audience who he knew would give him subs. He guilted them into doing it, even though he's going on holiday and he's not in a bad financial situation.
Yeah.
As maybe he is, but not as much as he made out to be, you know?
Right.
Because he's going on holiday. If you're in a bad financial situation, you're not going on holiday, you know? Especially to a place like Corfu or something.
Where are even his Corfu?
I don't know, man. But that's just something that's going on in the Irish Twitch community that I wanted to touch on.
Yeah.
I personally used to watch Given a lot. And I won't be watching them anymore.
Oh.
But that's me. I won't participate in that.
Look, they're into what they're into, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
That's just something I wanted to touch on real quick.
So, I reckon we crack on.
Yeah.
With the
Fact
we
of
need,
the
well,
day.
you know what? We need a little tune. Like we need to add a little tune in here, and it's just something nice. So,
Nightmare.
if anybody's saying what's it called in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that Nightman song, man, we should add that in for the start of our
Yeah, man.
for what's it called? Our fact of the day.
Yeah.
So we just put Nightman on,
Yeah.
and we'll just. So, that's not even that song.
No, whatever, man.
But yeah, I'll get on to this one. You ramble on while I find this because
Right, so whipping out the facts of the day. He's been in hospital. We didn't know if we'd even record this podcast today because him being in hospital. So the facts of the day came kind of late. So if they were shy, they were shy. But we get on to what used people wanted us to talk about in this podcast also.
yeah. So look, we have the fact of the day. We're going with the fact of the day because it's something to laugh at. It's something mad. It's something like you can never have too much knowledge.
Oh, I love the fact of the day.
It's good, correct?
Yeah, it actually is, yeah.
And you know what? We do, like when we put this up on Instagram, we want people's facts. Like,
Yeah.
tell us your facts, tell us the whole lot. It's good,
Even
crack.
when we're asking for weird stories, everything's anonymous.
Literally anything's anonymous. It's good, crack. It's all just fun. There's nothing to it. We're not gonna call anybody out.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll go on to my one, will I?
yeah.
Right. So do you know the year 15, 18.
Yeah.
I can't even say this without laughing. There was a dancing plague.
What?
So there was a dance epidemic of 15, 18. It occurred in Strasbourg, in France,
Yeah.
right? But here, this is where I think it's mad, right? The outbreak, right? This is what I think's weird about this whole fact. So the outbreak began in July 15, 18 when a woman began to dance in a street in Strasbourg, and the outbreak began to subside.
So what, everyone just started dancing?
Yeah, like
It's like, achoo,
what was that? Was that a sneeze?
Yeah, like a pandemic, dancing pandemic. You know what I
achoo,
mean?
yeah. But see, that's man, it's weird. Like you don't know if if it was like the COVID shit now, where like you got a fever, you like
You
you had a
just,
cough. Do you know what I mean? You lost your sense of smell, and before you know, you just. Do you know what I mean? So mad.
That's a mad one, man.
Yeah, man. I found that and I was like, that'd be gas. Like, imagine.
My one's not as mad as that, but mine's a bit like, what the fuck?
What?
So, Buzz Lightyear, they had originally written the first Toy Story movie with Buzz Lightyear in it,
Right.
and his name was Lunar Larry.
Now we need to change that to Luna Barry. Luna Barry, man. Luna Larry for Buzz Lightyear.
Lunar Larry, man.
Imagine.
What his name was Lunar Larry, man.
You couldn't take that film serious.
Man, his name would have been Lunar Larry, man.
Oh, I don't know.
It would have been a whole different movie, man.
So between the dancing outbreak and Luna Larry.
There's some top class facts today.
Yeah, look, see, you always look. You've
I have
never
another
enough
fact for you.
knowledge, man. People, it's 10 o'clock at night or 10:30,
Yeah.
and people are walking by here knocking, like trying to get a haircut. Go around me garden.
Do you know who I look like? And you're only gonna notice it now when I say it.
Who?
Buzz Lightyear.
You?
Think
Oh,
of
what the
Buzz-
fuck, man?
Yeah, think of Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah,
now,
man.
homie.
You just need that big chin.
Yeah, I just need to swirly bit of my chin, man.
Doing a little thing in me.
Call me Buzz.
Call him Luna Barry.
Lunar Larry, man.
What we'll do is, right, Halloween. See the way we're going over and doing all that, yoke?
Yeah.
Obviously I'm going as like the poxy fucking cause I'm having a son soon, right? It's not poxy, it was a great idea. Like we love it. He's me son, like obviously newborn, he's gonna be Batman.
The young fella.
The young fella. He's gonna be Batman and I'm gonna be the Joker, and I just think it's gas because like how's he supposed to like
And who's
attack,
Kayla gonna be?
she's going as what's her face out
Harley Quinn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. So.
Well, that makes sense.
But I think it's gas because like he's Batman. Like how's he gonna batter us?
You would hump his head in, you would.
It's just gas.
Wait,
like,
what's he gonna do? Cry at you, man?
oh no, yeah. You just imagine Batman done that
Yeah,
in the films.
yeah.
He's gone up in his car
My
and all.
young flut's gone as Luna Larry. He actually is gone as Buzz Lightyear.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Man, do you know what? He'd get away with that
Yeah, I know he would.
because
man.
he's your son. You look similar.
Yeah, man. Look at that. Put a helmet on me.
Do you know what? Stay still for a minute because I'm actually gonna put something on that.
We're going to the middle, will
We'll wax him on that. You're gonna look like Buzz Lightyear, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's gonna be good crack. Come out with the gaff and all. Dress up as
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
as Leon or Barry or whatever it's called. His
You
name.
told me about it and I was like, I'll go as Groot. But I don't know how it turned into a tree.
Groot is cool and all, but like we're going for a mad weird.
He just looked like a shite walking around. You're just brown.
exactly just a big brown like
Yeah.
with leaves sticking out. You know.
Depends on the leaf.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh!
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
man.
Halloween and all that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Getting spooky season,
yeah,
baby.
man. Spooky and all.
I don't like Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. It's something in the air. Do you know when you smell
No,
the bonfires?
I like Halloween when I'm like at a gaff party and shit. But you know, just being out in the cold, drinking in the park.
That's the best part about it.
Nah, shite, man. Get out of here.
Man, going like what we used to do was we used to go around to the little green in Killock, around back from my dad's gaff, and you just stand at that for ages. Do you know what? Actually, I remember one of the boys years ago, right? Fella I used to hang around with. I'm not gonna name drop him, obviously, in case.
Yeah.
But we like me and all my old friends were like kind of nuts. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, they were nuts. I just kind of looked at them and laughed.
tagged along.
Yeah, I just tagged along and looked at them like doing mad shit.
Mhm.
But one of the years, now when you get like fireworks as a kid, you get the black cats and all for like €3
Yeah,
the
yeah.
box of them. He do you know the petrol canisters? So he brought that with us so we could light a bonfire. And for some reason, I don't know why he thought it was a good idea, but he started putting it on his legs and he's like, I'm gonna jump through the bonfire. So he poured loud
What
petrol.
a dickhead, man.
This fella, I'm not even joking, he's just like he's not there.
He's a
I
dickhead.
remember I
man.
went up to his gaff one day and he was hanging out of his kitchen window, second floor. Now the way people have not kitchen, bathroom window. See the way some of them have upstairs as well as downstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
He was hanging out the window. He couldn't get into his gaff.
So he went to the top window.
He went to the top window and he tried to get in that one. And I walked around and I was just seeing him hanging out the thing. The same fella that jumped off a 2-story building, tried to land on a bin and broke his arse.
This fella's just a dickhead, man.
But you know what? It was funny when you're a kid and you're
Yeah,
around
when
that
you're
type
a
of stuff.
kid.
When you're a teenager and you're around that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man, you just laugh all the time. But yeah, so he poured it all over his legs and he tried to do like an Evil Knievel situation. So do you know the way like in Killock, they just like there's always small, like not Killock or anywhere in Dublin. There's like a little small bike, like a kid's bike,
Yeah,
where you're
yeah.
sitting on your knees are up to your chest.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we set up a little ramp and he flew through the bonfire and the whole thing caught him and he went up in a blaze.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, then he was grand. He didn't have to go to hospital. None. Like he wasn't born to run, but it was mad. Like
Man was blazed out.
he was man. Like I don't even want to get into it. Like this fella's just nuts. Every time I've ever had like ever been out him, he's always done weird shit. Like not even like
You just seen.
not
like,
even funny shit. Like actual weird shit.
Bag
Falling
or
down, man.
out,
So you
yeah.
just seen his cheeks hanging out. He dropped his phone in the gaff, so he was just lying there waiting for someone to come out to let him in. And I had to go up and help him out. He was there, man.
That's such a cheek.
Like he got there 3 hours. I don't know if he's in the window 3 hours now. Like
Yeah.
that's probably a bit of over exaggeration, but he was there for a while anyway.
Did you grab his cheeks?
I could have.
Did you?
Oh man, I wanted to. I just little
I love grabbing your cheeks.
there.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's actually starting to get a bit like I'm gonna have to file a complaint with the boss. Like, do you know what I mean? Like sexual harassment or something in the workplace.
I feel you when you're rubbing past me.
I have to be standing there cutting someone's hair, and all I feel is, and I'm just looking at him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The fella that's in the chair he just hears me cheeks slapping. He's like, he doesn't know what's going on.
No, the fella in chairs, I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, slap my cheeks. Man, I don't know how it works.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, man. Exactly.
Do you think I know how it works?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know how it works at all, man.
You pull up what people wanted us to talk about because I get pissed off talking about star signs.
Man, do you know what?
I'm a Sagittarius, so therefore I'm.
We heard there
This
was
or that.
actually, we were coming out of, me and my girlfriend and sister-in-law was coming out of our cousin's bar in town, anti-social. So what a place, man. Need to go.
Yeah, I would like to
We were
go.
coming out there and we walked about 5 minutes up the road and there was a girl after coming out some other pub, wherever the place, I don't know what the name it was. And she's walking across the road and she's like, oh my god, yes. And I started tuning in because like I heard, you heard,
what's going on here?
you hear, oh my god, yes. So like you're expecting someone to say something mad. And she goes, that's totally me. I'm always like this. I'm always like random. It's because I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, mate.
I looked over and I went, I'm asparagus. That's why I'm so weird. Like, man, fuck off. Like, that shit wrecks my head.
Yeah, well,
Like, that's why when I hear people saying stuff like that, like, I do believe in some parts, like the way the stars and all that. Like, certain parts, I'm not going to say, like, I am who I am because of a fucking star sign or whatever.
I think it makes people feel important.
And I think nowadays people
And
have
people
to,
need to realise that nobody is important on this planet.
it's like the whole God situation. If people didn't believe in a God, then like you need something to kind of look forward to. Do you get me?
It's comforting for
It
people.
is. It's comforting for people to.
But it's also false. It's like a false sense of
Hope.
yeah.
What do you reckon happens when you're brown sauce? When you kick the bucket, what do you think happening to you?
So a lot of people don't agree with me on this. I have to speak to someone really open-minded. You'll understand me.
Right.
Someone who's really open-minded. So the only thing logical to me...
You go on the HAP waiting list for reincarnation.
No. Right. God, no. Throw it off the table.
Right.
I think not necessarily a simulation. Well, yeah, fuck it. A simulation.
Oh, you think we're in some kind of like little simulation? Like sort
Right,
of thing?
so look at our technology at the minute, right?
Right.
Imagine us 1 billion years from now. Now, bear in mind, in 1990, we hadn't, barely anybody had Wi-Fi.
Right.
And look at what we're doing. Like, we're able to record a fucking podcast from a barbershop. Do you get me? For millions of people if they want. Right?
Man, I don't know, like that argument and like we're recording like you could have had a better thing. Like years ago, they hadn't got mobile phones.
Yeah.
Now Elon Musk is sending a car into space.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? You get to what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
So imagine how far that's came
Right.
times, let's say, 1 billion.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Look at VR right now. No, real. You've done VR before?
I haven't done it now.
Okay, well, VR is stupid. Real, as in it makes you feel like you are actually.
Immersed into it, like.
Yeah, you're very like if you get a good one,
Mhm.
it's really good. And now they have the suits you can wear that you feel the vibrations and stuff.
Yeah.
So imagine that in 1 billion years, right? So how do we know there's not a planet with life form like humans that are 1 billion
With
years
advanced technology, that's
more
yeah.
advanced than us?
Yeah.
So how do we know we're not just in this simulator? That the technology makes us feel like everything around us is what it is. It makes us feel like, how do we know we're not actually conscious? This is just what we think is being conscious.
But do you know what? I actually turned around to me.
And then when we die in this simulation, we wake up on the actual place we're meant to be, or the actual place we are.
in a PlayStation 1
No,
and the
but
old school GTA,
on a
down
different planet, like, because it makes as much sense as anything else, because nobody actually knows what's true.
yeah, no, of course, you could throw anything out. Like,
Yeah,
here's one for you. Do you know when you look up at the moon at Louis?
yeah.
Right, so I said that, Louis. So you're looking up. It's 10 o'clock now, or 11 o'clock probably.
Mhm.
It's dark out. You see the moon crisp.
Yeah.
Do you know what that looks like? And do you know we're unconvinced?
What?
We're in a Capri Sun. That up there is the whole of the Capri Sun.
We just haven't been picked up yet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're still on the shelf in
That's
Londis.
logical, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
In that shop at the edge of Ballymoon.
Yeah.
That shop where you
Which
get the Jones on it.
Oh yeah,
We're still in there, man.
Chanards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that someone said that to me. Jen,
Do
Kyle
you ever
says
notice
that.
the government forgets to turn the moon on sometimes?
Man, no, look, see that, right? Do you know what?
Funny
I'm going to start shadowboxing here because see people that believe in chemtrails. Chemtrails, man.
Idiots, man. Idiots.
Give over.
Idiots.
Why the
Fuck
fuck
that shit, man.
would, right,
It doesn't benefit anybody.
all I'm thinking is, right, they want, right, people are saying that we're getting sprayed with chemtrails, right? Who's in charge of this? Leo Varadkar. Is it Leo?
Yeah.
Leo's a wanker,
Yeah.
right? He can't even go to a festival properly without getting caught with the bollocks.
Yeah.
How's he gonna spray?
Yeah.
Either that or
well,
it's going down to Michael D. Higgins.
idiot.
That fella's about 3'4". He can't even see his full see it,
If you think that's real or if you think the Earth is flat, you're an idiot.
the Earth, man. Would you watch that on Netflix?
Which one?
The Flat Earthers.
I've watched a few things about.
Man, it roiled me up. Do you know why? Because they turned around.
Their logic has no sense.
Now, I get where they're coming from. Don't get me wrong. I get that they're trying to debunk stuff and they're trying to do all this shit and it's gas, right? But I was watching this. Because I love conspiracies. I like to get into the eyes of what they think.
Yeah.
And I was watching it anyway and he goes, right, so your man goes, I'll shine a light all the way back,
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he goes, so judging by this, it should go through all of them and hit a certain
So
target.
they have 100 pounds of glass.
Yeah, and they
But
were all
that- all just in a
curved
circle.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, so by his theory, the light should go through every single one of them because it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't because of course.
Yeah, man. He goes, now this is going to prove it. These are all about to get shown up. The whole lot. He's talking big smack. He's
Yeah,
like, this
yeah.
is what's going to happen. Shines the light. And then the thing ends. Man, I laugh so hard. It's like, what a
Yeah, you
dickhead.
can't see the light from the other side.
Do you see
Yeah.
your man? What's your man's name? That the big fella that's in Flat Earthers. Mark something.
I don't know.
I forget his name.
He's like a celebrity.
He's like a celebrity in the Flat Earther community. He's like
Oh,
he's the
right,
first
yeah,
ever
yeah.
flat Earther.
Oh,
But Mark Sargent.
okay.
Right. This fella's a dickhead. Do you know why? He has a t-shirt that he walks around with in public that says, I am Mark Sargent. He has caps that say, I am Mark Sargent.
Oh, what a dickhead, man.
Imagine me walking around going,
I am one half of what's up, bro.
yeah, man. Look, you're Mark Sargent and you believe in flat earth. Don't get me wrong. There is some stuff behind it that you think, right, we believe it because professionals aren't going to go out of their way to prove it wrong because it's so dumb.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be like me saying that, I don't know, that this is made out of metal. You're just not going to go out of your way to be like, it's clearly wood. You just you're kind of diss it. Like when celebrities
Just whatever. Yeah.
no one, McGregor got called out by some young flipping fingless. He's like,
Yeah,
I'll box the head off you. He's not going to reply to that because he's
Of
just
course, yeah.
this is bollocks. The same way, these scientists aren't going to be like, yeah, right. They just kind of let them go. They're just
Well,
glorified little.
They've been disproved so many times and they still keep going at it. It's just like claim to fame,
I don't know. It's one of them. I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I love them, and one of them that I love is Bigfoot, right? And I know Bigfoot to everybody. I know they might just go, he's not real and all this stuff.
Mhm.
But if you go back through the evolution and you look at Neanderthals and all that other stuff, and there's a new species
Well,
that they only found.
We were messed up things back then. Man.
Yeah, man. Did you ever see a Neanderthal?
We were big hairy bastards.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, right, there was two different types of humans or something, right?
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but I was only watching it there about a month ago. It's a new species that they found out of humans. That was out years
I
ago.
think I was only listening to Joe Rogan talking about this. I think earlier on.
Yeah, we've been on that then, yeah. But there's So when people say Bigfoot isn't real, all this stuff, you have to be open minded in that sense that maybe he's not real now,
Yeah.
but there had to been some kind
At
of
some point, that could have been.
Do you know what I
Because
mean?
we don't know. We know basic evolution. We don't know every single stage humans went through of evolution.
Exactly. And all Bigfoot is, he or she, it's 2021 now, so they, right? For all we know, they're just a giant chimp.
Yeah.
They just walk, they just cruise around.
Mm.
And I don't know, people say they're very smart.
Then it
won't get
also, another thing that you can't really say it's not real is because they've thought so many animals have been extinct and out of nowhere they find one. And they're like, oh look,
Exactly, look at the
this
dodo.
cunt's been around for hundreds of years and we didn't know about him.
Exactly, yeah. Mad shit.
Yeah.
Absolute mad shit. But I honestly think that Bigfoot was real. I think there might be some kind of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard though, isn't it? It's hard to
keep people on board of that.
Yeah, it's hard to prove because it's gas. Because do you ever notice the only people that believe in this kind of shit are hicks and the rednecks and all this.
Yeah,
shit.
no, but I think you have to have an open mind to even have a conversation about
Yeah,
it.
but I'm talking about the likes of rednecks and the likes of American, going around with their shotguns and they're cruising around.
Colliders, get with a shotgun.
Yeah, we gonna kill this here Sasquatch. Now them type of cunts, man. The proper 3 teeth in their head,
yeah.
where their cousin is that man, or
Yeah,
them
yeah.
type of people. They're the ones that always believe in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they think they seen him when it's probably just that fucking elven cruising through the forest.
Yeah, they probably didn't see them. Like, I've seen a lot of the footage. All the footage of
The camera footage is
Bigfoot
dirt.
has been debunked so many times. Like, it's all the footage that's out there is obviously fake. It's 100% fake.
I don't know,
But that's not to say that it can't be real. Like, that's not to say that there can't be something like that we just haven't seen with our own eyes yet.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They say that it's a very, very smart animal.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, if you think about it, oh yeah, do you know what? Actually, I heard a mad conspiracy there the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I'm going off the Bigfoot thing, but like we'll get back to all these other stuff. We'll do an episode where we get into like
We
certain.
get deep into it.
We'll get
yeah.
deep into a conspiracy. Like we'll pick one.
I reckon we
We'll
can
ask-
do it, and we'll actually pull our own footage up and watch footage and
Yeah,
shit.
we can do that. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
we'll ask people what they want to hear. What
We could even put them on out here and then just watch footage of it and shit.
yeah, we'll suss it out anyway. But I seen one there, right, and people are gonna laugh me. I know you'll probably call me a dickhead. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Vampires, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I first seen this, I was like, "Fuck off, get away from me. This is bollocks."
Yeah.
Right? The same way you were thinking, and
No,
the
I'm
same
gonna
way
be open-minded
same
and
way
let you
people
go
that-
for it. Yeah, yeah.
people are sitting here and they're listening to this and they're going, "He's a dickhead."
One turn of the podcast off.
Yeah, I'm unsubscribing. I'm reporting this. See that fucking Buzz Lightyear looking cunt, he can go fuck
The
himself.
Luna Larry fella.
Leon and
fuck
Barry
him.
cruising out, fuck off. But right, so see the way I'm biting the mic again. See the way we're like top of the food chain in a way, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So people understand that, yeah.
Mhm.
So obviously there's like, yeah. So there was a theory that we seen the other day. It was actually in work. Were you in that day?
Mm.
I don't know if you were in anyway, but it popped up, and basically they were saying that years ago there was vampires, right? Because
Mhm.
we're top of the food chain now,
Yeah.
but there was like elites. Now they're called vampires. People call them vampires now because it's what they're called. It
Mm.
sounds stupid, I know, right? It is. It's ridiculous to think about, but I don't think there's another name for them. I think people just gave them that name. But it's
Yeah.
this superhuman fucking the way vampires are, the way they look,
Yeah.
run fast, they have heightened senses, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they were our predators.
Okay.
So they hunt. They were hunting humans.
Mhm.
And right,
How long ago? What's the time frame of this?
man, this is back in. I'm talking back in the fucking olden days, like before we had like the likes of like skyscrapers and proper
Okay.
like modern buildings. So like you're looking at the likes of the days
Gone
where
a
they were
while
calling
back,
out witches and all that type of shit.
like. Okay. Yeah.
So now like Van Helsing and all that kind of
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
man. Yeah. So yeah. So they were saying that this is where the theory goes tits up for me, right?
Yeah.
But they said the reason why these vampires fucked off is because they built these buildings, modern buildings, and the reason why we use a fucking cross nowadays to get rid of a vampire is because they can't handle the geometric shape, right? How dumb is that? So if we're getting hunted by a superhuman fucking vampire that
Yeah.
senses are mad,
So you
and all
don't
this-
believe in the theory?
I don't believe in it. I don't think there might have been something out there years ago, like back in the day before, like before the days of Van Helsing. Now all them proper like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
where like there was creatures that were
Yeah,
went
yeah, yeah.
extinct. Like there was something out there. I wouldn't say vampires, but there's stuff that would hunt us. Do you know that way? And like it's a theory. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like a theory is a theory until it's proven
Do
wrong.
you reckon humans are top of the food chain?
Well, I think we're smart enough to be.
Yeah, I think we're only top of the food chain because we have weapons.
I actually didn't finish that vampire thing.
Alright, yeah, go.
Do you know when you hand up when you shout across? They're like, and I'm melting all. Look, they're like, oh, get away from me. I don't know what accent they have. I'm presuming it's like
Guten
a presuming. I'm like, Guten Tag. We have views in Sweden because of you. Because you said that Swedish thing. Swedish people are watching us and I bet they're going like, that fucking
Dickhead,
that
man,
Luna
look at
Larry fella is a sap. But, yeah, so see the way we held up the cross and they're like, get
Yeah.
away from me, right? And then they take towels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the buildings back then, they got fucked up because of the geometric shapes of the way the buildings were built. So the way a building was like up and another building came across, it was like the shape of a cross. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So now when people hold up a cross, like the geometric, they don't
fuck
like.
that shit.
Apparently vampires don't
man,
like
that's the
geometric
stupidest
shapes.
thing I've ever heard in my
So
life.
that's where it lost me. But
I had you for a little
the first 10-15 minutes, I was like, oh, this is kind of something I never thought about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to be open-minded nowadays, man. I think everything's a bit of a mystery. Like everything's a theory until it's proven wrong.
The maddest one that gives me headaches. I've had panic attacks years ago thinking of this.
Go on.
You know when you're lying in bed and you just think of the most stupid shit that scares you, like.
I gave a fella a thumbs up there about 2 years ago. It was the stupidest. That's not even a word. It was the thickest thumbs up I ever got in my life. He walks past me. He goes, "Oh, what's the story, pal?" And I went, I still think about that. I lie in bed and I'm like, what a dickhead I must have been.
Talking about shit like that, man.
That's the stuff I think
Like,
about.
did you ever think about death when you're trying
Oh
to
man, I
sleep?
don't want to get into that because
Right.
that'll keep me awake.
Right, so this one is one that scares me more than thinking of death because I don't know what happens after death. Right,
Go on.
is
Take me into Adam's
right.
head.
So go. What was here before Earth? Right. Whatever planets, different planets. Right. What was here before them? Different universes. What was here before that? Different Milky Ways. What was here before that?
So
And
we're
keep
talking
going.
about, like,
What was there before that? And keep going. What was there before that? And before that? And before that? And before that? There had to have been at some point nothing. But then again, nothing is also it's something. Do you get me?
oh man, that's a thing.
Yeah,
Like
man.
something a weird feeling in my chest.
So what?
Like, do you know
What started this? Like, what came before?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, where did it all start?
Like when I think of it, I just think of like a white
So-
screen for some reason.
Obviously, I think of a black screen.
Do you?
Yeah, man.
No way.
Hashtag black screens matter. I'm not taking the piss out of that shit, man. That's it. Heavy.
Cancelled.
Yeah, nah, that's rough.
Yeah,
Especially the
So I had a panic attack when I was about 13 because my stepdad was really into like astronomy and fucking planets and aliens and shit like that.
yeah.
And he said it to me one day, and man, this is like 13-year-old me. And
That Adam look.
I was always open-minded where I had the ability to think of all this.
Yeah.
And I remember having a panic attack about it. And I never had a panic attack in my life.
And that's scary.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
and this
scary.
happened. And you know that feeling where you can't get a breath around?
Yeah, yeah.
And I got that, and I was like, what the fuck? He fucked me in the head, like, you know?
Yeah. That's the same
That's
as me.
that's a
the
mad
same.
one, innit?
That's the same with me and flights.
Oh, don't even start me on flights.
Me and Adam, right? I'm not like. Do you know what? These are probably thinking, right? These lads are probably like. These are two dickheads.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I do have a fear of heights.
I don't have a fear of heights.
I have a fear of heights, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a lot of fears, to be honest.
Yeah.
Saying a lot of fears. I'm not afraid of spiders and all that shit like that. But
No,
heights,
yeah.
heights freak me out for some reason because, do you ever watch them videos of people park cars and all of them?
Oh,
My
the
hands to be
heebie-jeebies, man, yeah.
And like, I'd be actually freaking out. Body goes warm, and I'm not
Mhm.
like. I'm just thinking like, all it takes for this dickhead to do one little
Sure,
tumble.
there was. Remember
and-
your man tried to do the pull-up on it?
Yeah,
on, like,
and
the
he
100-story building.
he couldn't do it
Yeah.
because his arms went dead and he had nobody to help him.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would you do that?
And he had to hop from the building, like he kicked himself off the building.
Yeah, and he's brown sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, he's brown sauce, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
HB Gonzo.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I saying?
Yeah, fair.
Oh, the height, so planes. I was about 11. I was on my first ever flight to Disneyland, and I was buzzing. This is back also in me. I didn't have a mullet that time. I had a two all over.
Yeah.
And man, I have a story about that two all over that my man gave me, right? But yeah, so we were getting on the plane. We're going to Disneyland, the whole lot in Paris, and we're on the Aer Lingus one. Aer Lingus, I like Aer Lingus.
Yeah, I like flying
Aer
with
Lingus is a good plane.
Feel more safe on.
Yeah, so I got on it. I was a bit nervous because my first ever flight. I was like, oh, what
Course,
do you know
yeah,
what I mean? And my ma's mate turns around and he goes, he was like, are you nervous? I goes, yeah. And he goes, you should be.
Fuck off, man.
I was 11. And he was
And that was like a
obviously-
2-hour flight as well.
he was joking with me, but on a kid's first flight, man, you don't take the piss
Yeah,
like
what
that.
the fuck, man?
And he goes, you should be. And then I had a laugh and he goes, I'm only joking. And then I was like, right. I turned around to my man, I was like, I want one of them little toy airplanes, not the Aer Lingus ones.
Yeah.
Still have it now, I do. I'd be sitting in
Yeah.
my room going, meh. I mean,
yeah. Twin Towers.
You know what? Man, that shit's only fresh.
Yeah, go on.
The
Sorry.
fucking, that's fresh. Oh, do you know what? just move past that. I'm just gonna over the head, right? So I'm sitting there with my airplane, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you're
mean?
whipping it around.
Yeah, man, just like
Yeah.
into my mad air and all. And we're on the runway,
Yeah.
and you're like boom, boom, boom like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You're bouncing, right?
Oh man, I'm getting butterflies in my belly, man.
I'm sitting there locked on, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, so I'm thinking automatically like something's gonna happen because my mum's like, you should be afraid.
Yeah.
So I'm locked on. I'm like nails in my man's hand, and in the other yoke was like, like I'm not even joking. Like nail fingers, or nail
Yeah.
fingers,
Nail fingers.
nail marks in her hands.
Yeah.
And as we're about to take off, he looks at me and goes, "Do you hear that noise?"
Oh mate.
He's like, "There's a noise coming from the back of the plane." He goes, "I don't
Yeah.
think that's normal." And he
Mhm.
kept a dead straight face with me. And then we just went,
Mhm.
and as soon as we went up, ears popped. We started sweating. I think I have vertigo. I'm not too sure because my head was spinning.
Yeah.
And I was like this and all, and then I started freaking out. And because it was only 11 or 12, whatever it was, I started shouting, "We're gonna die."
Oh, you dickhead.
And if a kid was to do that nowadays, I'd like to grow up and just wah. But
Yeah.
obviously you can't because like
But
it's
you were
illegal and all.
that. You were that
I
kid.
was that kid
Yeah.
because the shits were put up on me. I wasn't that even. I
Yeah,
wasn't
man.
even scared.
Yeah.
I wasn't even afraid. I was a little bit nervous, but I wasn't afraid until
Mhm.
he said all this stuff.
Mhm.
And then we're taking off, and he's like, "Oh yeah, all this," and I shit myself automatically. Boom, and that fear is like installed into me like from that day,
Yeah.
and that'll never go because
Man.
of
Yeah, man.
that. Because now he has me listening.
I am fully on you with that, man. I am terrified
has
of
me.
flying, man.
This fella has me listening to fucking airplane sounds.
We had a flight home from Florida 3 years ago, and Shannon's not afraid of flying, but I am terrified of it. And there's a nighttime flight as well. We were leaving at about 10 at night.
I like nighttime flights
I don't want. There's something about
I like
flying
them.
night.
because I can't see the ground or the water. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
grand.
But anyways, and every while we were taxiing out to the runway,
Yeah.
every 10 seconds, all you could hear was boof,
Jesus.
boof, for every 10 seconds. And I got to Shannon, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And she was like, "Oh, it's probably nothing." And then you go really fast, take off, and all you could hear was the whole way. And then we took off, and obviously the wheels come up then,
Yeah.
and all you could hear was like, with them coming up, clearly the hydraulics or whatever it was fucked on the wheels, you get me?
Yeah.
And man, to this day, I turned to Shannon and I genuinely said, "I love you so much," because we're dead here.
Really?
I thought I was dead, man.
I had one of them.
Yeah,
I
man.
had one of them moments.
Yeah.
Come back from Liverpool. It was about 3 years ago. Come back from Liverpool. It was a nighttime flight. We'll come back in August, I'd like to say. October. It was around Halloween.
Yeah.
And the winds were obviously picked up. I mean,
Mhm.
everything's a little bit more rough in the colder months because the winds and all that shit. And we're coming back into Dublin. About 15, like obviously the flight's only like 20 minutes or
Yeah,
half an
yeah.
hour. Coming back is always faster for some reason, it's weird. And I'd say about 3 minutes into the flight,
Mhm.
the plane would like go like that, and then boom, drop,
Well, I have a similar
and
story,
then it'll go
yeah.
down and be boom, drop.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that turbulence can't harm a plane at that time. I thought like once it starts going like that, yeah, like fairly goosed. I
Yeah.
thought that was it. I'm gonna land in the water. We're gonna be brown sauce,
Mhm.
and we're going. And there was kids on the plane,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of older women. So every time the thing went, all he kept hearing was, "Oh
Ooh.
Jesus!"
Yeah,
like that and all.
yeah.
And the little kids screaming and all.
Yeah.
And and we kept going and kept going, and the person I was with at the time was a bit nervous as well, and didn't help that I was nervous. So every time I went like that, I went like that. I let out a little bitch sounds. I'm not even
Yeah.
afraid to tell anybody that.
Yeah.
I was a little bitch on that flight, and I
Yeah.
don't even care. You hold her in, no matter what.
Man, it's
If a fella's on a plane,
Yeah,
he's
man.
not gonna let out his true colours.
yeah.
If you think you're gonna die, you're not gonna go, "Oh my god!" Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna do any of that
No,
shit.
yeah.
In your head, you're like, "Do you know what? I'm accepting it."
Yeah.
Because you don't want to look like a bitch before you die.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like a bitch in front of everybody else. in
I'll
that
be a
plane.
bitch.
Ah.
No
I'll
bother.
make a little whimper. I'll go, something like that.
See you later.
Oh my god. Do you know what I mean? Something stupid like that. But I'm not gonna be like what I was like on the flight to France where I was screaming, "We're gonna die."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've grown up now. People don't need to hear that shit from me.
Man, that relief when you're just about to land and you're like,
When you see that tarmac and soon as you
Yeah,
go
bro.
like that and you start bouncing along the tarmac,
oh baby,
man,
that's the sexiest feeling in the world.
you get in that taxi at Dublin Airport and you hear Alright, pal, what story? You're like, I'm home. You're like, I don't have to do this for ages now.
We had a similar story coming home from Paris. It was Storm Ophelia at the time. This was in the newspaper, this flight and all. Our flight dropped. It was like, I think it was 400 feet and like everything shut off. And
everything shut off, like the lights and all?
Like everything shut off.
Oh no.
And we dropped like 400 feet. You can ask, and it was in the newspaper. I'll pull up the article at some point.
Oh man, like actually giving me creeps, that does.
It dropped, I don't know what the exact number, I think it was about 400 feet. And like people start getting nosebleeds because if you drop that much in a certain amount of time, the pressure makes you a nosebleed and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, for whatever happened, we ended up everything turned back on or whatever, or they had to reset everything.
Yeah.
We came back to Dublin, worst turbines ever. We had to do a go round where you go to land and then you have to take back off and go around and try land again because the winds were so bad. Like,
yeah.
And when we landed, there was like ambulances and shit everywhere.
Like somehow, like
yeah, and we had to get off on the runway and walk over to the airport from the runway.
Like Die Hard or something
Yeah,
when you
man.
land and like you're
So
sitting at the back. And
I
you
was
have that
afraid
thing
of
around you.
flights, and after that, I won't get on a flight unless I'm pilled down my head. I have to be on
Pilled.
serious when there's that next one.
Really?
I won't go. I go to a doctor.
Can you not drink before it now?
No, I get too nervous. If I drink, I'll get sick. Or if I eat, I get. See, everyone gets their Burger King and all in the airport. I can't. I'll get sick. I'm too nervous. So I go to a doctor before I get on any flight, and I get Xanax prescribed to me.
That's rough. That is.
Yeah, bro. I won't get on a flight unless I'm pilled down my head. not even a 25-minute flight to Liverpool.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Look,
I can see him
man,
shaking.
I'm shaking now thinking of it, man.
Yeah, man, that's rough. That is.
I'm not afraid of heights or anything. It's just being on planes. You're in a tin box in the sky.
Do you know what? There's something not natural about that.
No, there's not.
You're up thousands of feet, hitting some serious speed, man.
Serious speed.
Humans are on the ground. We're not supposed to go that fast in a
Yeah.
tin.
You'd think we'd be able to teleport by now, wouldn't you?
Well, do you think Elon Musk would have done something?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you ever seen Futurama where they hop into the tubes?
I'd love that. See you later. You have your passport, you're like, right, Mar, I'm off to Torremolinos or whatever. You're like, see you later.
Gonna be tropic.
Yeah, man. Off you go. You have your flip flops on, you're just in that tube.
Yeah, man.
Good
Flying
luck.
is fucking terrifying, man.
Do you know what? I'd sooner get on a fucking boat.
I don't mind boats, bro. I get on a boat in the waves and lashing rain and all wind. I wouldn't give a bollocks.
Because you know, then you have them escape boats.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, like, there's no.
And
like,
you can float there till something comes and get you. Like, you're
Yeah.
never too far away from
whereas
land.
if you're in a plane, you have like less of a chance of surviving.
Yeah, Dunsky.
Like, people were saying to me that they have a.
Do you know the
planes
safest
have
part of a plane is the back?
Is it?
And do you know why?
What?
Do you ever see a plane backing up into a mountain? Stop it. No, you never.
Yous are sitting here listening to us. This is what yous are doing. This fella thinks he's gas now. Look at him. What a dickhead. Backing up into a mountain. Obviously not. Me arse is volleyed sitting on this thing, man.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm at the sitting on them chairs all day in the hospital. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
bro,
help.
we can box. Do you know, we box it off at what the viewers have asked us to talk about, will we?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have them?
We do.
We put up on the Instagram story, what's up bro _podcast.
Do you want me to read out that one?
Yeah, whatever, I don't mind.
Yeah.
So we asked people what do you want us to talk about, and our lovely friend who we work with, our colleague, put in something rather nice about me.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't care if we say his
No,
name.
I don't care.
Paul. Paul. But Paul sent this in to us and
It's
goes,
normally anonymous, but we work with this fella, so fuck it.
yeah, and Paul doesn't give a rat's anyway. He's one of them type of people. He goes, did Adam get the name Mac because he mills Big Macs?
Paul, bro, wait. I'm in the gym now, bro, yeah? Why ain't you seeing in 2 months, Paul? You'll be the fat one in the shop, you little tick. You'll be the little fat stump in the corner. Depressed out of your brain, why ain't you see?
Are you trying to tell us something here, man?
No, I'm fresh.
Is everything going on?
No, but I'll make sure Paul is depressed.
That's rough. We have another one in, and
Yeah.
do you know, I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
Right. What's your dream life?
My dream life.
Like,
That's a deep question.
it is. It's like someone saying like, would you rather €1 million or to live forever? Man, Get away from the shop, you fat tick.
4:11 at night looking for a haircut.
You're in here and he'll shave his arsehole now, but
My dream life.
what's your dream life?
I don't want to be a dickhead and say, "Oh, I just want to be happy," you know.
The
My-
key to life is success.
I'll be
Something
100%. My dream life is playing Call of Duty competitively and being rich and famous from it.
Really, yeah.
I'm content with my life. I think if you do a successful life, you don't have to be successful as in rich. If you've been happy your whole life, you've had a good life. Do you get me? The reason people want to be successful is so they're happy. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So if you can be poor and happy, you've had a good life once you've been happy. But if my ideal life was to be obviously to be happy when I'm doing it, but I've always wanted to play Call of Duty competitively. I played Warzone competitively, but not like like multiplayer where they go to the big stadiums and they fill out
Yeah, man,
stadiums
you want to sit up
and
there
play
with the
against
little
each other.
desks and all,
And they just chat shit to the other team and
wearing
stuff.
the t-shirts sponsored
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
by
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Monster and all that, weren't
Yeah,
you?
that
Yeah,
that one that was Little Mac's dream, and to this day I'd still say that's
Yeah.
my dream life. Yeah,
That's nice, though.
yeah, I love that. It's a bit different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be my dream.
Do you want me to tell you what mine is?
What?
My dream, my absolute goal in life. This is gonna sound corny and like
No, go for
ridiculous. Like, is it like? Do you know what they're like? Happiness and all
it.
that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
So like, family.
Yeah.
I'd like for my family to be sorted, not have to worry. Do you know what I mean? They're financially secure, all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody's like, just they don't have to wake up and worry.
There's no stress in the family.
No stress.
Yeah.
They wake up, they have money. They're in a
Yeah,
gaff,
man.
wherever. They're in a nice gaff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, so while they're happy and all flight, I'd like to be at Santa Monica Pier.
Oh,
Do you know Santa Monica
I
Pier?
do, yeah.
Now the out of GTA.
Yeah.
Man, that's my
You like to go to Santa Monica?
yeah. I'd love to live close to there and go down to like Muscle Beach and all and
Deadly, yeah.
just flex.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't got a single bit of fucking muscle on me, but I'd like, not that I'm into the gym or anything, I'd still like to go along there.
No,
And
yeah, bro.
I'd like to live by there and have enough money to get me by. Like, I wouldn't want to be like, obviously everybody wants to be like mad rich, but
But
I'd be,
you'll be content with just having enough to live on.
yeah, I'd be happy
Yeah.
enough that I could pay me rent, pay me food, and be able to afford like certain shit. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
That's nice.
Do you know what I mean? It's a nice little,
Yeah, I like that.
dream, and like, I'd love to move everybody out
I'll-
with the Santa Monica Pier.
I like the idea of keeping your family financially stable.
Yeah, man, that's the dream. Like, the dream is
Just
that,
to relieve all stress from your family.
yeah, obviously that is the dream. The main goal in life is that I'll earn enough money to keep me family happy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a nice
No
thing.
stress, no worries, everybody's Gucci.
But that's also what I was touching on. I find people, obviously Tyson Fury and stuff has touched on it, and he says he knows billionaires, and just because I know in our situation,
Yeah,
if you've been to the point where you're pretty much flat broke, where we've both been,
yeah,
in your head you're like, oh, if I had money, this would all be sorted. Do you
yeah,
get me?
yeah.
But like I said at the start, man, if you could be broke and have debt out your arse, but if you're happy, you're winning at life. Do you get me?
Yeah, 100%. Once you're happy, like I know you're saying like, oh, you didn't want to be like saying that shit, but it is once you're happy. And I
Yeah.
would just want to like touch on this a little bit as well, man, because people like recently. There's a few people that are taking their lives,
Yeah.
and it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like mental health for everybody, not just men. Like I feel like it is a tougher thing for
100%.
men as well, because lads don't like talk about that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I had problems, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that I wouldn't feel comfortable. Fellas have this like little stigma where
Yeah.
it's a weakness.
And
I
it's
mean?
not just that, like, if you do bring it up to somebody, people are willing to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
You don't. All men, they just don't want to. Because, like you said, it makes you seem weak. Do you get me?
Yeah, because lads want to have that persona where they're like, I'm sound, I'm happy, I'm this, and do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, like everybody, I'm sure you have, I'm sure, like everybody out there has felt at one point where you feel shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'll just be honest with you, personally, if people do have problems and people do have like just want to get shit off their chest, like honestly, DM me wherever. I couldn't give a rat's. Like lads
Even
that
DM the Instagram page.
DM the Instagram page, man. None of it's gonna go out to anybody. It's just people are taking their lives now, and like lads aren't saying nothing. So like,
Mm-hmm.
look, realistically, lads, you need to cop on.
We only had.
You need to get that shit. You need to grab it by the balls, you do, and just
Yeah.
go. Life's too short to be stressing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Life's way too short to be stressing, man.
And I think a lot of people realise that when it hits home to them, like we recently had a client in here killed himself. He got his hair cut. I think it was 4 days later. He went home and killed himself. But it's only like that when it hits home. It's kind of
Rough.
yeah. It's kind of then you realise you need to open up and talk to people
Big
if you're
time, yeah.
feeling down. Do you get me?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realise that if you are somebody that is lucky enough to not be affected by it, and you are feeling down, people aren't gonna look at you like, "What the fuck's this fella at?"
Yeah,
If you want
man.
to talk to anyone, people are open and people are there to talk to.
I'll be out straight, and I know people say this all the time, and you do. You see, do you ever see it on Snapchat?
Yeah.
I'd rather hear your story than hear about you, like on
Yeah.
not that type of shit. I'm genuine.
That's a story shared or
I'd
what
rather
is it?
hear about
A thought shared is a thought half or something, isn't it?
something like that. Yeah. But I, honestly, genuine. Like any like if people are feeling poxy, you're feeling shit about yourself, and you think there's no other way out. Talk. DM the page. It won't go to anybody. It's like even DM us separately if you want. Because if you don't with another person, it's just to get that shit off your chest, man. Because sometimes it's nice to just get it off your chest, and you don't have to, like, I think sometimes it's nice just to, like, say it.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want, like, a solution to it, but you just want to get it out there. Not that way. So yeah, it's there. People want to talk, go for it. It's not gonna go any further. Like, it's not gonna be talked about. It's not gonna be shared between me and him. It's none of that shit.
It will
It's
literally just be
Whoever you're talking to.
a safe place to talk to someone, yeah.
Because, man, we know firsthand. Like, I know personally people that have done it. Best mates of mine have done it. It does hit home. It hits home terribly, because I think lads, they don't know any other way out, especially lads, because they feel like they need to be providers. They feel like they need to look after everybody, and they feel like they need to do everything for everybody. So when they can't and they lose their job and they kind of hit a rough patch, I think the only way out is to take their own life, because they look weak.
Yeah.
Whereas if you
Sounds
talk
okay, so
about,
don't.
man,
You just
like
talk.
life,
If you talk to people.
it's ups and downs, and that's a fact. Life's ups and downs. You're gonna be happy someday. You're gonna be sad. You just have to take it with everything, and
Just open up about it.
open up, talk about it.
It's
do you
one of
know
the
what I mean?
reasons the name of the podcast is "What's Up, Bro." I always ask your mates, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah, man. Ask them what's up. Do you know what I mean? You have to, especially nowadays. Honestly, man, I can't express it enough. Suicide awareness is a big thing, and people need to understand that there is that light. And I know it's a cliche thing to say that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but there is, because I've experienced it firsthand. I went through a really rough patch for years. People that personally know me would know what I went through. I went through a rough patch for about 2 or 3 years, and I know it's like at the bottom of the barrel when you're just, there's no other way to think. And realistically in that moment, that's all you can think. You're thinking the only way out is to do this, but it's not, because I stuck it out. If I had to listen to myself, listen to what that side of my head was telling me, I wouldn't be here now. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
we'll leave links below for anybody that's affected by mental health. Links will be in the description of the YouTube video.
yeah. If you want to talk to like professionals instead of talking to two fucking saps like ourselves.
And with that, we'll tie her up.
Yeah, man.
I think that's a good note to end on.
Good note, yeah.
Yeah.
So as Adam said, always ask your mates what's up, bro, because you never know what's up, bro.
Exactly. And thanks for tuning in to the What's Up, Bro podcast.
We appreciate every single fucking one of you.
Catch you same time next week.
You mad cunt,
You mad cunt.
You
Go on, you mad
cunt,
cunt.
Get up, bro, you mad cunt, yeah, man.